Hello everyone, I'm JoelKing627, and today I am very proud to present to you the Kronoploy. Let's get right into it. Okay, so this mod should be pretty self-explanatory. This is obviously the Nerf deploy. Much hated by some people, but I really like it. It's decent ergonomically, at least for me, and I love the deploy gimmick. Now, the one issue with these blasters is that they don't really perform. Being reverse plunger and having a lot of dead space means that I'm getting like 30, maybe 50 FPS max out of a stock deploy. So what has been done here is a complete internals replacement. And now this is completely capable of firing half darts. It's actually no longer capable of firing full-length darts, but a fair trade-off. And the magwell is still able to rotate, and the stock is still collapsible. It's still fully capable of the whole deploy gimmick. Performance-wise, with max pro darts, I'm getting around 110 to 115 feet per second. Now, I know some of you are going to be curious, so let's go ahead and take a look at a full view of all of the internals of this blaster. Okay, so here are the internals of the Kronoploy versus the internals of a stock deploy, in this case a whiteout deploy. So in the original deploy, it is a reverse plunger system, like the Recon, where the entire plunger tube moves back and catches, and then the plunger tube will move back forward when you fire. I have converted the Kronoploy to be direct plunger, except not in a way that most people are used to. Most people will think, when they think of mag-fed direct plunger systems, they think of a retaliatoroid system, where the breech moves through the plunger tube. Well, that doesn't really work with the deploy if you want to keep the magwell turning, because the priming bar attaches at the back. It would have to move through the plunger tube, which would mean you'd have to have like a hole in the plunger tube, which would stop the whole thing from working. So I use the Kronos style, or even the Busby mag-fed style, where the entire plunger tube moves backwards to prime it, and the catch is back here, and then the plunger tube moves back forward. And yeah, that's how this works. This is a Kronos catch mechanism with the Kronos plunger rod. It's actually a stock Kronos spring as well. The plunger tube is from a Nexus Pro, and this trigger linkage is from the double prime lock from a Dart Zone Powerball. The feeding mechanism here is made of Lego. That's to stop darts from popping up too far in the magazine, so that the pusher doesn't catch on the dart beneath it. The pusher itself is made of some dry erase markers and some pens. That is in fact an O-ring right there. That does perfectly seal into this Nexus Pro barrel. This is in fact the barrel from a Nexus Pro. I've taken out all the locks and such as well. All of this is very sturdily connected. There is lots of glue. There are tubes going inside all of this, and there are multiple screws going through the Nexus plunger tube's neck here into the pens. This is very solid. I've put thousands of rounds through this, and it has shown no sign of any wear. The only weak point, I would say, is probably the catch mechanism, where it connects here, as it's using two screws, one on each side of the shell, to make sure that that can support the spring load. I only have a stock Kronos spring in here right now. I don't know how well this would perform on a higher spring load, and I'm not going to be trying. Alright, that's the internals. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at it firing. Okay, just as a reminder of how horrible the stock performance is, here is a completely unmodified wet-out deploy, shooting a couple of elite darts and a couple of wafflehead darts. Not very impressive at all. Alright, now we've got the Kronoploy with a couple Talon mags full of max pro darts. So, to wrap things up, I think this has got to be one of my favorite mods that I've ever done. I am very proud of this thing. It performs well enough for me, and it's just so much fun to use. I get so much enjoyment out of it, it's not even funny. That being said, if you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to put them down in the comments section down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching.